Good morning, students. How are you all? I'm good and hope the same from your side. Students, last time we had done the topic ratio and proportion. I hope you have gone through the same and now you people are ready for the exercise. So let us start with the exercise 6.1. Students, we have done last time that in a ratio we take two terms, and when these two terms are compared, it is called ratio. In a proportion, we take two ratios are equal. When equality of two ratios is taken, it is called proportion. So in a proportion, we have four terms, and we had concluded the formula that product of extremes is equal to product of means. It means these four terms are in proportion. After that, we had done continued proportion. Three quantities are in continued proportion if the ratio of first and second is the same as the ratio of second to third. That is, A ratio B is proportional to B ratio C. When three terms are in continued proportion, we concluded the formula to find middle term. B is called the mean proportional, and the formula to find B is equal to under root of AC. Means multiply first and third term and take square root of it. It is called your mean proportional or middle term. So here is our first sum of the exercise part 1. It is one ratio is equal to another ratio, and here is one unknown term. When the unknown term is in the middle, we use the formula product of means is equal to product of extremes. See, in the second part it is x is in the last. When it is in the last, we start with product of extremes is equal to product of means. Means it is same whether we write product of means first or whether we write product of extremes. If middle value is missing, I had started with product of means. If last term is missing, I am starting with product of extremes to make the calculations easy. So product of means means middle two terms. Product of extremes means first and last term. This equation will help us to find the unknown value x. Taking 2.5 to the other side, here we have found x. So x is equal to 16.8 after solving this. Our next part is, again here it is unknown term x, product of extremes is equal to product of means. So first and last term, here second and third term. 3 cut, here we got 1 by 7. This 2 by 5 shifted to next side, it will be reciprocal. When you take this 5 to other side, 5 will come here and 2 will go down. Numerator and denominator will be taken as reciprocal. So now concluding 5 by 14 is your answer. To check whether given three terms are in continued proportion, let's take that it is in continued proportion. If it is in continued proportion, it means middle term will be repeated, it will be continued. So A ratio B is equal to B ratio C. Check first multiply last and second multiply third. Both sides we got the same product. So yes, given terms are in the continued proportion. So third sum is similar to first sum. You can do yourself. Question number 4. Here again fourth term is missing. But dear students must see the units are not same. Here it is centimeter, then meter, millimeter, and last term we have to find it is the unknown term. So better first of all we make the units same. See, we are using as last term is missing, product of extremes. First and last is equal to second and third. First multiply last is equal to second multiply third. But here it is centimeter, so changing this meter also into centimeter. 1 meter stands for 100 centimeter. In place of meter I have taken 100 centimeter. And what about millimeter? We know that 10 mm, that is 10 millimeter makes a centimeter. So 1 millimeter is 1/10 part of a centimeter. So this millimeter is 1/10 part of a centimeter. Now see all the places we got centimeter. Now solving this, as the units are same here, we got our fourth term is equal to 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter can also be written as 100 mm, as 1 centimeter is 10 mm. So 10 centimeter or 100 mm, both ways you can give the answer. So here what you have to remember, when units of terms of a ratio are different, then first of all make them same, then proceed with the same method as we earlier did. In sum number 5, we have to find the third proportion. When it is asked to find third proportion, it means given terms are in the continued proportion, because only in continued proportion we take 3 terms. So it is a case of continued proportion. Here last term is called third proportion. Let third proportion be x, and then you know our middle term will be repeated. Here we got 32:24, repeating the same 24, so that it is continued proportion. Now you know how to calculate first term multiply last term. Here second term multiply third term. Solving this, you will get your x. Now to find mean proportion of 1.5 and 24. Two terms are given, you have to find mean proportion. Mean proportion means middle term. So again it is the case of continued proportion, and we have two methods to find the mean proportion. First is the direct method. Mean proportion is called as B, and the formula to calculate B is equal to square root of product of first and last term. So here it is product of first and last term, take its square root and you get the middle value, that is mean proportion. Our second method is the alternative method, also called as alternative method. Let the mean proportion be x. So x will be the repeated term now. First term is given, last term is given. Using the same formula, product of means is equal to product of extremes. So here x multiply x, here you got first term multiply last term. Again you got the same way value of x. Next is, see here again we have to find the last term. What is the difference in the statement? This sum is very important, as we are told to find the last term correct to 2 places of decimal. Means your answer will be in decimal, and we have to write the answer into 2 places of decimal, and it is correct to 2 places of decimal. How we'll find? Just see, product of extremes equal to product of means. Again using the same formula, fourth term multiply first term, here second term multiply third term. We are finding fourth term, concluding. In the end you got the answer 5.168, but we have to find correct to 2 places of decimal. Here we got 3 places. What to do? Check the third place. If third place is more than 5, what you have to do? See here it is 8, means already more than 5. So what to do? Add 1 in the previous place. So you got 5.1, 6 plus 1, 7. So here 5.17 is the correct answer up to 2 places of decimal. So in the same way you will continue the next part, correct to 2 places of decimals. Again the same way students use the methods and try the whole exercise. If there comes any doubt or any problem, then you may ask. Thank you. Keep on doing the practice properly and solve your exercise. God bless you all.